Welcome back to Cognitive Minds. So let us continue with our leaf modifications. So generally, leaves are not modified, but they are modified in some cases to perform a special function. Here we are going to study about three types of leaf modification: leaf tendril, spines, and scale leaves. What do you understand by this? Observe these pictures very carefully. Now, in within the onion, you know that you are eating the onion, and do you realize that you are eating the leaf part of the onion plant? Okay, so now the leaves have to be modified into storage structures, because when you're eating the onion, you're getting some sweet taste, and that sweet taste is because the leaves of onion are storing the food material. Okay, so these type of leaves which are being modified to store food material are called as the scale leaves. Similarly, in case of spines also, we have discussed it in one more lecture, where I was telling that in desert areas the water is very less, water availability. So what will happen, the leaves of the cactus plants have been modified to form the spines, because you know that just now we studied that the leaves are losing out water due to transpiration. So they are modified into spines, and these spines are reducing the water loss. So this is your second modification, that is spine. So we are done with the scale leaves, then we are done with the spines. Now what is a leaf tendril? Now when you must have observed that some people prepare a particular shed to park their cars in their houses, and they are decorating it with the help of climbers of grape plants. Okay, those plants which cannot stand on they cannot stand themselves, but they need some support to climb and grow. So those plants are called as climbers. So in the shed, the people are using climbers to decorify it, right? So now one such example is the sweet pea, or you can say in case of grape plants also, it is observed that leaves in this case are modified into wired coil like structures. Here you can see coil like structures, right? Just like your Maggie, the Maggie is coiled. Similarly, you can see the coil like structures which are called as tendrils, and the function is to support the climbing. Why? Because if there will be too many leaves, then this will become heavy on the stem, and the stem is already weak, so there are chances that it might break. So that is why here the tendrils are being modified into wiry coil-like structures which are comparatively lightweight, and they can support the stem. So these are three types of leaf modification. Next, one more modification we study is the insectivorous plant. What are insectivorous plants? In insectivorous plants, the flowers, the leaves are modified into such structures which can eat up the insects. Now, why do they need to eat the insect? Because they need nitrogen. Insects are a rich source of nitrogen. They are having nitrogen, and generally this. So, with common sense, you can think that in where these plants will be growing, where the nitrogen availability is less, or you can say nitrogen deficient soil. Okay, just like in case of Meghalaya. In Meghalaya, Garo Khasi hills are there, which you will study in geography. So what will happen there? The nitrogen deficient soil is there, and that is why such insectivorous plants are growing. There are three types mentioned in your course. First one is pitcher plant. Pitcher plant is generally 10 to 20 centimeter. It is named as pitcher because you can observe the shape is of the pitcher. Pitcher is a earthen pot, the matka which you use. Okay, so can you see that the shape is like a pitcher? So what will happen? The insect will come, it will sit here on the lid, and this lid is there which will close. So now inside this plant, some enzymes are there which are capable to digest the insects, right? So you can observe here that this is one of the type of insectivorous plants. Then next is the Venus flytrap. What happens in Venus flytrap? You can observe here that a comb-like structure is there. The insect will come here, it will sit, and this comb-like structure will close. So when it is getting close, what will happen? The insect will be digested. Since it is a trap, it is for the fly, it is called as Venus flytrap. All right. Next we have bladderwort. What happens in bladderwort? Can you see these balloon-like structures which are there? These balloon-like structures are called as bladder, and they're having one hole inside it. So what happens? An insect is coming, it is entering into the hole, and as soon as it is entering, the hole gets closed. Now, when the hole is getting closed, so what will happen? The insect will get trapped and it will get digested. So this was your third example of the insectivorous plant. All right. Now, after this, your very last topic is the vegetative propagation. What happens in vegetative propagation? That your where is it? Yes. So here you can observe there are some plants which are not growing from seed. Generally, you hear that every plant which is reproducing by seed. You put the seed in the soil and the new plants are rising, right? But there are some cases where you don't require seed, but the new plant is arising from the part of the previous plant. What do you mean by it? For example, this is a leaf, and it is a leaf of a plant which is called as bryophyllum. Now, what happens in bryophyllum leaf? You can observe at the margins, at the tips, these buds are coming out. Now, if I pluck one of these buds and I put it in soil, then what will happen? A new plant will arise. All right. Similarly, in case of potato, if you have left potato for a few days at your house, you will observe that the small plants will start growing on it. And if you cut this particular section right away from here and plant it in the soil, will the new plant come or not? Yes, it will come. And this is how this works and called as vegetative irrigation. So previous plant is giving a new plant, begonia. All right. Then epigenosis is in this chapter. Okay. So I hope I was able to summarize the chapter in 30 35 and we will get for the examination.